So then with the understanding of it, what an idea is, it's information given to you, shown to you in various different ways, and then you have the free will to believe it or disbelieve it, right? To look into it, to concern yourself with it. So then let's take a look at, and I'll put up my mind computer videos as well to go more into the understanding of how numbers, tones, tunes work. All right. That is the interaction that you have with people through communication. Right. So you have the idea. Right. The simple breakdown within the English, so-called, is 9451 and or 19. Put together 10 or the fully completed idea, wrapping up the snake eating its tail. All right. The understanding of the circle or the logical loop. All right. So then you have an opening here. Now, are you going to mirror this? And when I say mirror, you put this in the mirror, it becomes your 911. If it's a lie, it's a destruction tone. It's your own towers, your left and right temple, being brought down upon itself. All right? Because you are believing into, you are going into the dalet, you're going into the four, the door, the opening, the gateway into an untruth. All right? If you don't show concern and or don't believe the lie, you then do not enter that gateway, that doorway. It's going to be 2 points. That third point is never made. The arc is never presented. All right. All right. The two is now when you speak about um, the world as it's presented to you, they use magic. Very simply put, they use magic by the way of words and video and pictures, and then you either fall into or fall out of a belief, right? So then using what they call the Hebrew, which is going to be the simplest way to show this because that is in fact the system that this is built on, right? So it's going to be the easiest to show, but it does cross over to to all other languages, all right? So then the four, or the understanding of what the dalet is, it's the door. And I talked to you about that. Does that become your 911? That's your door. That's where you go. That's where you're being led to. Then you go enter. Two, if you did not take the bet, then you didn't go through the door, right? Do you understand the difference there? So you don't take the bet. That's why the understanding of 42 being the answer to everything. Because you either do or you don't take that bet, right? So then the bet, the 2 plus the 5 plus the 20 and or the 27. Remember I told you that the 27 is the double 7 code, all right? 14 into the 5 and or the person you, do you take that bet? Also looking at it as simple reduction of being 9, all right? Or the tet, meaning mind, right? All right? So is that offensive information going within the tet, right, or the mind? Does that then take up space in your mind? Are you giving that lie space to live and breathe? All right. Now the con. This is where the con comes in. 3 plus 6 plus 5 and or the 14. Again, the double 7 code and or the 5, meaning that's of course the con that you by your own free will chose to believe. All right. And then with the con comes all the details, and the devil is in the details. All right. So then the CERN. All right. What is CERN? It's the back end of concern, but what is it added up? 3 plus 5 plus 9 plus 5 and or the 22. All right. The idea of, again, the dalet or the door that you go into. Do you concern? Do you then follow the con and give it CERN and or the power of life within you? All right. So concern together equaling up to your 36. Again, the 9 at the most reduced level and or the tet, the mind. You've made up your mind onto this. But there's also the 3 sixes. All right? The 3 sixes. You know about that. All right, so you see where this is going. Do you see how this can be just broken down? So then you also have with the concern, you have the seven letters and or the G. All right, and you've seen the Mason, the so-called builders of this society with the G as their central logo or concern, the G being the seventh letter, or in the Phoenician, which predates the so-called, according to given history, the Hebrew, the seventh letter, that mark, this seven mark is what relates to what would be the three or the third position, which is why the 7-3 and or 21 blackjack reduced down to the 3 plays such a prominent role in all the hoaxes. So you see where then the 7 plays into it. It is the G. All right. So then if I compound it, you get the 27 or the bet. If you get the triple seven or the 21, you're basically leading into just the seven letters of the concern. All right. So that's just a simple quick show on just this understanding. I'll put up the mind computer videos next. It's part one and part two. It goes into each number a little bit more and shows you how they're linked and how ideas are formed and then believed. And like I say, if you choose to go through that door, that Dalet, you take that bet. That is where the 911 comes into effect. That is the understanding of the temples. All right. You build a temple on a false cornerstone and the a belief in a lie, that temple will come crashing down. All right, that's it. Have a great day.